what are some of the myths you've had when it comes to, teeth,
manenos,
in children and even adults?
In children, yes. And just before I talk about the myths, I've just remembered something.
Yes.
That if you had asked me what to do if you notice something is off, bad breath. Yes, if you notice that your child has a bad breath, that's also a sign of tooth cavity. Yes, or gum infection.
Yes.
And sometimes bad breath, you yourself, you may not have an idea you have it, but it's good to keep checking the breath of your child. And actually, that is so common. You can notice it faster than you can notice that a child has a cavity. Yeah. So myths, here we go. Many of them.
Yes.
One that you talked about, that when you when you do the professional cleaning from the dentist, you'll have sensitivity. Okay, that's a myth, because what happens, the reason why people have sensitivity is if your disease has gone now to the other severe stages and it has affected the gum. So when we remove that dirt, the gum is left open.
Yes.
So that now at that point is where you feel the sensitivity. But we don't want to get there. We want to make sure that your gums are healthy, are intact.
Yes.
So bring them to the dentist, let them clean them, let us wash them when they should be, and you'll avoid that issue. Number 2, when we are doing that cleaning, we don't, scrub or we don't remove any part of your tooth. We only deal with the dirt. Yes, so the other thing people say is that dawa ya meno ni kung'oa.
Meno kikusumbua, especially when it gives you a sleepless night.
Yes. Yeah. I say that's something we are really battering with here, that everyone knows if you have a toothache, you have a tooth issue, is the only medication or the only treatment is extraction. But not that. Before we get to extraction, we can prevent, as we said. Those teeth can be filled, they can be done a root canal. And the way God created your teeth, it's important they function as they were created, because each tooth has a partner.
Yeah.
Each tooth has a partner. So when you break or you remove that partner, so the other tooth, I get to realize, there is no partner here.
I've been left alone.
I've been left alone.
Yeah.
And those people who have removed their teeth long time ago, they can attest that tooth that has no partner is longer than the others, because it's trying to wonder, where is my partner? Basically, because of the mastication forces that helps you to chew, it pushes that tooth. We call it supra-eruption. Yeah, so it's very important that your teeth are partnering. Again, if you remove a tooth, the way teeth eat, there's a force that comes when you're eating, so that they can chew or cut whatever they are doing. So if you remove, you realize that gap tends to close. Now, as it closes, your teeth moves together, and they start now they are erupting. Zinarefuka juu. So you start wondering, what is happening to my teeth? They were all intact, looking beautiful. Now they are all looking like this. It's because of those pieces. That's why we literally advise, if you have to, don't remove your tooth. Just let it be checked. Let it be, preserved. Let it be done what needs to be done. Unless you come to us when there's nothing we can do. We need to do something about that. So the other myth, there are many, but the other myth is when people have pain, there are so many things that people tend to do. I hear some look for batteries, acid for the battery, and they put there. Others they crush avocado seeds, they put there. But if you have toothache, just come to the dentist, and that cavity will be cleaned and it will be filled before you do all those things. I'm not sure I ever had any other, but I'm sure there are so many, so many myths out there. I don't know why people fear dentists. They say it's there's a lot of pain. But at least nowadays we have techniques and painless, techniques of injection and all that. So people should not fear. Just come to us. After every 6 months, we'll check on your teeth. If there is something that needs to be done, we will do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ruth. So let's talk about what to look out for when you're buying toothbrush for your child.
Yes.
The do's and the don'ts. Because there are so many in the market.
Yes.
So how do you get to know this is the one
Yes.
that will sort your child out?
That will sort your child. Of course, let's check for a toothbrush that is not so soft and it's not so hard. At least a middle there. Because when it's so soft, it will not do the cleaning effectively or the brushing effectively. And when it's so hard again, it will injure the gums. So at least there are those specified for ages. If you can get that, then maybe 0 to 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 and above, at least with that is okay. Adults, there are those specified for that. Yeah. Again, on toothpaste, the same. The best thing is if you get the age-specified toothpaste.
Oh.
It's not good if at 0 to 2 years is brushing with an adult toothpaste because the component that has made that toothpaste is not the same. So you see, for young children, the toothpaste is made maybe with protective measures like fluoride and all that, calcium enough to protect that tooth.
Yeah.
And now for adults, it's also done with different range of components for that. So if you use for a child, for an adult, that will not. Again, if an adult uses for a child, it will also not go in the right way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there are so many in the market. They tell you this one will help your child do da, 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 da.
Yes.
So how should a parent narrow down to one without mentioning brands
Yes.
or anything? Like, what are the key things in addition to check age?
Yes.
But I can check age. All
Yes.
of them is 0 to 6.
Yes.
But there are 600 of them.
Yes.
So what should I use, like a tip, to narrow down to say, pick this
Yes.
over the $5.99?
Yes. Let's check the component of calcium, phosphorus, and fluoride. At least that has to be there. But again, Grace, this is what we keep saying, that it's like two people. One person is using a soap. Let me say Ushindi, and another one Kipandi soap. If you're given the two, which one would you choose? Maybe the Ushindi, isn't it? This Ushindi person does not take time to do their cleaning or washing of their clothes. But this one with the Kipandi takes a lot of time, does it the best way. You realize that the one who is using maybe the least brand or something of soap is doing a better job. It's the same thing with the toothpaste and all that. You can use the expensive toothbrush. You can use the expensive toothpaste. But if you are not doing the do's and the don'ts the way they are supposed to be done, your teeth will not be in place. For example, if you're using the most expensive toothbrush and toothpaste and you just get into your mouth and within 10 seconds, you are done brushing. You're done brushing, you will not be doing a good job. But there's another person here, maybe even does not have that toothpaste or toothbrush. They're using, the one for stick, or they're using even salt, but they're doing it the right way. They're concentrating, they're doing it the proper way. Their teeth will be in a good shape. So for me, brands is here and there, but if you can afford the best, why not use the best in the market? Yeah.
The key thing is brush
the proper way. The proper way. And the other thing, make sure you go to the dentist. At least we clean the other part that you didn't brush. Yes.
After every 6 months?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Let's talk about quantities of fluoride, recommended for children and babies.
So with the quantities of fluoride, you realize if it's excess, it also destroys our teeth, because you realize there are people who come from places where there is so much fluoride in the water. What happens? It destroys the teeth. So maybe 20% of that, if it's there in that toothpaste or whatever, it helps. But if it's now extreme, again, it's not good for our teeth. And I'm sure people in places like Naivasha, Nakuru, all those places will bear me witness that excess salt or fluoride in the water really damages the teeth. And at this point, people ask, what can I do to prevent my child from being exposed to this excessive fluoride? So if you have a young child, a toddler, we insist a toddler, because if you grow in those areas and if maybe you are a grown-up and you go to those areas, your tooth will not be affected. But a child, a toddler who is, her teeth or his teeth are coming in the mouth are the ones who are affected. So make sure that the water that they use to drink is treated. Okay?
Yes.
Make sure that the water that they use in the food, any type of food that they are being cooked for or mixed for, is treated. Yeah. Make sure that any amount of water that they are taking in their mouth, whether it's brushing or drinking or anything, any water that comes into contact with the teeth that are erupting is treated. If you do not do that, those teeth will be affected. And they are not affected when the child is grown up. No, it's when they are younger, when the teeth are coming in the mouth. So that's the most important thing people should note, because I think people wonder what to do. Yeah, it's good if you're in those areas just to prevent that child. You can do that. And again, if they were affected and you are there, you have brown teeth, that's not the end of the world.
I wanted to talk about that. I've heard so many stories about whitening.
Yeah.
And changing the brown teeth to white.
Yes.
In children, is there any danger to that? And is there a right way to do it or any? I'm sure you've seen adverts on social media. A picture of a child with these brown teeth and within hours. They have turned to as white as cotton wool.
Yes. It's possible. There are very many treatments that can be done for that, to that. But now in children, it matters because you see their teeth are still growing. So maybe we advocate from at age, 9, 10, 11, 12, depending how the child is growing. But at those ages, that's when now we can start doing those treatments, because at young stages, again, the teeth are still growing in the mouth. So yes, there are treatments. There is what we call masking, is where we scrap off that affected enamel and we replace with an artificial enamel. There are those which we call crowns and veneers, and they are bleaching also, depending, whether it's mild, whether it's moderate or it's severe. All those treatments are done. So true, if you're there and you have those issues, don't stay there wondering what happened with me. Oh, where will I go with these teeth? I can't even smile. Yeah, we can change those smiles. It's possible to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a parent worried that their child has not, the teeth have not come out, at 6 months. And we talked about teeth, 6 months is when they come out. So I wanted to ask, is there a specific age here, that is a must, or they vary?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or from the books. We say 6 years, 6 months. But again, as I said, some comes early and others delay. So if the delay is maybe 3-4 years down the line, and now we need to get worried, and you can bring the child and we can take, x-rays and just check what's happening. But if it's 1 year delay, 2 years delay, it's okay, the teeth will still come out. But if you feel like, as a parent, I'm worried about this, my child has delayed, sometimes even we see the age mates, we are like, huyu amemea wangu. Yeah, just as other children speak fast, others delay. Yeah, it's just delay in milestones, which I think is not something to worry about. But I would rather come to us, we will have a check, and then we'll assure and reassure if we have to. If we have to do some surgery, we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So what would surgery entail?
For example, there are teeth. At times you may get a tooth is supposed to come out, but it didn't come out and is hanging somewhere. So there's a surgery done and you evacuate the gum. It's the gum that basically when the teeth is growing, the gums pops out. When it pops out, now the teeth comes out. Erupts, So if the gum does not pop out, and sometimes we can see the tooth is here and the gum has not popped out, so sometimes we just help the tooth to come out. Yeah.
Is it a one-day procedure, hours?
It's a one-day procedure. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's good to see specialists because they are specialists for that. Yes.
Let's talk about false teeth or plastic teeth. It has so many names.
That's a myth we forgot.
Is it true that I just got a baby?
Yes.
Na mtoto ako na meno. What happens in this child's mouth? That is it true?
Yes, by there is true. They are there. They come out. It's just the way, I think the hormones overdid overdid their work. Yeah, so this teeth pops out. But when it comes, I hear some people, especially some areas, they are those people who, they wanaitangwa those wazes,
Yes.
the children are taken there, and some blunt things are used to remove those teeth. Okay, if you have them, please make sure that you come to a professional doctor.
Yes.
And they will check on them. And if you are, they have to be removed, we remove them. And if not, we will tell you no. Just stay with them. They are not harmful.
Yes.
But the others which are harder, and maybe when the child is breastfeeding, they affect and all that. Those ones maybe we may consider.
Okay.
And there are so many things to consider in that. That's why I say, if you have that, if you realize you have a child with those false teeth, don't take them just everywhere and anywhere. Just bring them to a professional doctor. Please get the right advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's tackle a question here again before we call it a day.
Yes.
This one says, hello, what can be done to a 14-year-old boy who, after falling off milk teeth, the others that grew are tiny, sharp, not well aligned, and seems weak? This is from Peter.
Okay. Wow, Peter, that's a good question. If they are not aligned, I think they need to be aligned, because at 14 years, at least that one can be aligned. A bit with being sharp, I think that's just the way God created them. But still, if you're not comfortable with them, there are cosmetic way of dealing with that. There's a way we can shape a tooth to be the way it should. Yeah, through the materials that we use for filling and that, or crowns and all that. If you're not comfortable, just come. I think the most important thing for me in dental issues is when you have a check on the client or the patient, you're able now to advise most of the issues. But about the being not aligned, that child needs braces, yes, to align the teeth.
Okay.
Very important, because if they are not aligned, you realize, especially in that age, really affects them.
Yeah.
Affects even their education and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Braces. See a dentist quickly.
Yes.
Okay. We have to wrap it up, Ruth. Can you imagine? But thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And you're telling me you have a special training for children.
Yes.
What is it about?
We run a foundation we call Smile Changers Foundation. And this is a platform where we are using to change, to bring awareness and to change and to transform smiles by bringing awareness, especially to the children. So we go to schools, we set up what we call smile clubs, because we are raising healthy smile champions. And when COVID came, we realized there are different ways of doing things. So we started online training, where we enroll children and train them online on Saturdays. Every second and third Saturday of the month, we do this training. So if you are there and you are wondering, what to do with your children, they are not brushing their teeth, you are forcing them, and it's a battle to brush teeth. Just help them. They enroll in that class. We have fun. We teach them the right way to do it, what to eat, how to take a personal responsibility in brushing your teeth. For we believe that when we have healthy smile, we have a healthy future. True. And when we have a healthy future, we'll have a healthy generation. And we can bring these habits into them. We can teach them, and they can love doing this. Most of my champions they say brushing is fun, and brushing is a hobby. And that's what I want every child in this nation, if not the world, to keep saying that brushing is fun, brushing is a hobby. And I'm sure, Grace, that most of these diseases, we will do away with them, and we will help our children to have a very healthy smile. And in the future, we'll have a very healthy generation.
True.
Yes.
With teeth. They grow old with all their teeth.
Yes. So if anyone is interested, maybe they could follow us.
Yes. In our give us your socials.
Our social handles. We have the Smile Changers Foundation. You can get us anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and you can call us. We will be able to have your child and train them. And we also have our clinic where also if you have issues, it's called Baraka Smiles Dental Clinic. I'm sure maybe you help us with the contact, just if someone want to ask a question and all that, and they can come and we will help. All those issues you have, all those questions, please come. We'll be able to attend you. And thank you so much, Grace, for hosting me.
Most welcome.
For me, this is a joy. I mean, when I get an opportunity to speak about this, I do it like there is no tomorrow. Because I know that I am helping someone and I'm changing a smile somewhere.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. We've learnt a lot and we appreciate you. May the Lord bless you and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year in advance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Yes. Thank you. She's called Ruth Gasheru Mungai, a dentist specialist, helping us with this topic of today, dental health and hygiene in children. Please take care of them. Check your child's teeth every day, please, and help them to brush well.
And what they eat.
And also what they eat. Yeah. Yes, Ruth says also what they eat. And also for yourself. Yeah, we need to grow old with all our teeth in. I've been challenged. I'll be seeing her later for a few things. It's been a joy being with you on Health Check tonight. And my name is Grace Putisa. I want to wish you a blessed evening. Keep it right to your top TV look and live. I'll see you next time, God willing. Good night and God bless.
Thank you.